Hello guys, good morning everyone. Yes, I have time now to make a, okay, I'll try to do this very short. I have time now to make a video. Okay, how do Filipino women and children stay in check in the Philippines? Okay, of course, it starts at home. Everything, it's really like innate to us that we understand, like it's a collective effort, to be honest, from homes, then in schools for follow-up, and also those governing laws and ordinances in our community and the national government at the same time. Now, or during the marriage of a couple, the father of the bride to be, the father of the woman, will bring the woman to the altar to meet the husband to be or the groom, right? It is not just like because of the ceremony, the traditional ceremony, but there is a meaning to that. In the Philippines, it means for us that, okay, the father will now bestow his daughter to the man, to the husband to be, to the groom, who will now be in charge of her life, who will take good care of her, who will love her, respect her, and really protect her like a very delicate glass. So the father assumes that, okay, the authority is given. I'm giving you the authority now. Like a turning over ceremony. That is the deep meaning of that in the Philippines. So the groom already understands that it is now his main duty and responsibility to protect and provide and make sure that the woman is going to be checked in terms of, discipline, in terms of guiding her, things like that, right? Okay, now, and also when they have a family, and then as they go raise children like this, of course, it's both the parents will have respective roles of training and honing the children with their talents, with their responsibilities. So the mother will be teaching the kids usually lessons in school, assignments like this. We have a saying that, our mothers are our first teachers because she's always with you at home, right? So when the father comes home, he's just going to rest and bond and talk with his family. It is one of the responsibilities and duty of the mother or the woman in the house to train their kids with light household chores and also how to respect their father. I'll give you a specific example. Our mom, is training us is that when my dad comes home, before he comes home, like for example 7 o'clock in the evening, so 6:30, my mom will remind us, okay, your dad is about to go home, behave and tell him what happened in your day today, what did we do, and blah blah blah, or did you finish your assignments, homeworks, school projects, like that. And then she will always remind us, okay, when your dad comes home, meet him at the door, kiss, and who is the first one to give his slippers, take off his shoes and give his slippers. It's like a game for us when we were kids. So every evening when my dad comes home, we were already like sort of, not really kiddie fight, but we were like having a contest, like who is the first one to do it, who is the first one to meet our dad and kiss, like that. And we grew up with it after, it's how we are trained. Usually it is how training of mothers in the Philippines generally, it's how it is. There's always study time, there's always family time. Family time usually on weekends, and they go out, go to the beach, or go strolling in the city, or go. We have a schedule. My dad is the one who is making the schedule, house in morning breakfast like this on the fridge. Who will do the dishes, who will do the sweeping of the floor. Of course, our mom and some helpmates is there to, guide and teach you, and look at what you're doing, and of course follow after, because we're not really still good at it, right? Then also cooking. I remember I cannot reach the stove when I was like around 7 years old probably, but I have this chair, so, and I have to stand up on the chair and try. Like, it's not really like a forced obligation, or like really a order, but we make it like a fun bonding moment together with our parents. That's how we are being taught, how that's how it is instilled in our minds. It's not really like a must that, like a forced labor or something like that, sort of. But it is like a game or a fun bonding moment with our parents. It's like a game, really. Okay, who's the first one to do his duty, and then I will give a reward, like a piece of candy or a piece of chocolate. That's how we do it actually. Most of us in the Philippines, how we think and how we initiate it or execute it. It was a very deep word. Anyways, now this is actually the main thing in this video. There is actually an ongoing, very controversial and viral video in the Philippines right now. There is a noontime show called It's Showtime, and the main host is a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and she is very famous. She is very famous, of course, because she's a comedian, and she has all this charisma with the mass people. And but most of the times, this is my personal opinion, but I guess a lot of people will agree, Filipinos who are watching, that sometimes the humor is a bit, really like green jokes, really. Sometimes very insulting, and Filipinos are not fun, are a bit of very sensitive people. Like, when you joke with like hitting below the belt or like insulting personalities and like that, it's not a good thing in the Philippines. It's like, let's say, I can consider it a taboo, or it's really gonna create trouble for you. So I will clip here on this video on that specific scene in that show, which was subjected to like maybe it was a strike from one of our government agencies, because they did something like not really proper, if I may say, not a normal thing. It's like a defiance of, they deviate from the social norms and proper etiquettes. Social media, especially broadcast media, is very influential, so we are very careful with that. And since our nature as Filipinos is not really like, the bad mouthing and the swearing, cursing words, especially in public, it's very uncommon. Or if there is, you will be like, you will be judged, really. People will tell you like, oh, she's uneducated, he's uneducated, he's a rascal, all this negative, brand that they will call you. Really, that's how we are maintained to be checked by our society, by the people also. And for me, although sometimes it's too much, because of course anything in extremes is really bad and dangerous, right? But somehow, in a positive side and a positive note, it's really helpful. Yes, and one disadvantage is Filipinos have a penchant for gossips, and sometimes they create stories, make up stories, and they assume. But always take the positive side, that sometimes it will also help you like realize, you introspect and retrospect, because sometimes we really don't know what we're doing, especially women and children, of course. We need someone to tell us, hey, you're out of the ordinary. I mean, you're crossing the line, or it's not the normal norms, it's not the normal standards, moral standards of our society. And I don't see any problem with that, actually. I really agree, and I feel good because, when parents are not 24 hours with the kids, especially when kids go to school, or even young adults are already going to work like this, or even our individual selves as adults, it's a good thing, really, because you stay, you know, at least aware of yourself, not at the present moment, but you tend to, oh, wait, yeah, I'm like, it's not good. Or now, this scene, oh, this is a noontime show where, family meet for lunch. The whole family, parents and the kids are there. And while they're eating, they're watching shows on TV like this. And most important thing also, next one is, it's a segment, or it's a part of the show where there are actual kids beside them and they're doing that. It's a no-no in the Philippines. It's actually very improper. And remember that kids really adapt very fast. This is the stage where kids are great emulators and imitators. So they're honing their minds, their minds are developed, and their personality and character is on the stage of the infancy and developing stage, where what they can see, they will be thinking that it's normal, and they think that it's right. So without proper guidance, the kid will really grow as influenced of, they thought that it's the normal thing to do. The child is the father of men, right? A government agency, we call it MTRCB, Movie and Television Review and Classification Board. So this is a Philippine government agency that classifies shows, movies, and even vlogs and all that. That there is a specific guidelines if it is really very brutal, how you say, or vulgar, or using words that are not very proper, you will get a strike and you will be called out, and there is a fine on that, monetary, and sometimes even you get banned. Your show will be get banned, or you get suspended as an actor, or as a host, or as a broadcaster, or just an ordinary citizen or vlogger, or you posted something on Facebook. So aside from that, there is also like the anti-cyber department of our police force that also more focuses on social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, like this. So this one, if you are degrading someone, you're cursing, you're having grave threats, or you defame someone through social media, then there's something for you. Okay, so yeah, yes, because technology right now, especially in the 2023, technology is a fickle mistress, I call it. And it's really very influential in, yeah, if you don't have proper guidance. Now, this MTRCB is giving reviews on, like, if they approve the show, like, okay, this is parental guidance, age, 18 and above, like this. They will have even the movies, right? So I think you also have that there. Even in YouTube, there's always guidelines like this. But in the Philippines, I think it's more really very rigid screening on that, especially in movies and in TV shows. So now you could see in television shows, there is reminders there from MTRCB that, okay, this show needs parental guidance. Parental guidance is advice. This show or this program involves this scene, this scene, this scene. So it really needs parental guidance.
I get dough, I get cheese, I get moolah, I get green, I get money, money, money. You can check out my.
That's just one little example of how women, kids, and all of us, are Filipinos, are checked wherever they go, by the society, by our government. So now we are always reminded, and we know really for the fact that all of these things in our society should be a collective effort. So that's why we help each other. The people cooperates with our government and our society, and everything in the community goes helping one another as as one, as a people. Okay, I don't want to sugarcoat. Of course, there's no perfect world, perfect place, and yeah, we have a lot of beautiful, wonderful laws, to be honest, and a lot, really. But sometimes, yes, the execution and implementation is a bit, when it goes down already to a specific department, of course, problem always is there is bribery, corruption, and really crooked people, even in our police department, even in schools, even local community councils. But our government makes sure that they have a place if they will be caught doing those things. Yes, so it's good. It's very important that we remain checked, especially women and children. Okay, I have to go. So sorry for this because I just and I'm on a rush. I know, I don't need to explain. And what you see is what you get. Love you guys. Thank you. Shout out to everyone, my new subscribers. And yeah, have a good day. Stay safe. Stay positive.